Today we are visiting an urban marsh located in Hampton, Virginia, to see if the warm weather will give us a peek at our native marsh fiddler crabs. Our marsh is protected by an oyster reef. It is low tide, so you can see the oysters between the white stakes that mark the reef. This water is called Elizabeth Lake. Although it's called a lake, it is connected to the top of the Hampton River. The water is tidal and brackish, just what marsh fiddler crabs like. I'm jumping down into the marsh and into a world that bridges the water and the shoreline and sustains species like the marsh fiddler crab that can't live anywhere else. There they are, skittering across a mudflat. That behavior is called droving, a schooling behavior they exhibit when they are away from their burrows. This crab with the big claw is a male. He uses that big claw to wave and attract a female fiddler, almost as if he is passionately playing a fiddle, hence their name, fiddler crab. He also uses it to defend himself and his burrow. Interestingly, if he loses that claw, for example in a fight, he will grow back another large one on the opposite side, and a small claw will replace the one that broke. This is a female fiddler crab. As you can see, she and her claws are much smaller. The marsh fiddler crabs have quite a unique mating ritual. Maybe one day I'll get it on film. For now, visualize this. The male crab waves its big claw trying to get noticed by the female crab. If she likes what she sees, she heads down into the burrow. He performs a victorious drumming, then follows her, sealing the entrance. They mate in the burrow, and the female will stay and incubate her eggs for 2 weeks. She then returns to the surface and releases her eggs at high tide. They will hatch within as few as 15 minutes, and once released, they will transform and molt, eventually landing ashore, not necessarily in the same place, to live their adult life, lasting about 2 years. Fiddlers are an important link in the marsh food chain, scavenging tiny bits of decaying plant matter and algae from the mud. They often like to eat in small puddles where they can sift out their food. Sure enough, every little tide pool here seems to have a marsh fiddler crab in it. The females have an advantage as they can eat with both claws, whereas the males can only use their small claw. The presence of fiddler crabs shows important diversity in the marsh, where they share habitat with oysters, mussels, periwinkles, and other species. Their burrowing helps aerate the soil, and their droppings nourish the plant roots. They are also an important food item in the diets of predators such as blue crabs, herons, egrets, and raccoons. Fiddler crabs help make marshes some of the most important ecosystems in the world. So we thank all you fiddler crabs for the part you play in making the marsh and our world a vibrant, diverse, and healthier place.